Hi everyone, this is something I'm doing for school, an interview with, why don't you just go introduce yourself now?
Yeah, I am Rangerj1999 from the Reality Skewed Gamers YouTube channel. I'm one of the founders and co-hosts of that channel. We cover a lot of games, one of the main games being Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. A little bit about my background. I'm in the United States. Currently, I live in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm originally from Houston, Texas. Um, I joined the military. I'm an ex-Army Ranger, among other things, jumping out of planes, all that fun stuff. Did that for 11 years. And then I recently just finished school, got my Bachelor of Science in Business and Marketing. But in between, I have been running this YouTube channel, gosh, 3.5, heading on to 4 years. We've been streaming on YouTube, and I am glad to be here today.
Yeah, alright, well, I'll just start with, the game I'm also making YouTube videos of the game. He got way more subs than I do, but let me just put up the game a bit, show a little quick bit of gameplay here. It's more like, how would you explain this game, MVP and PvP, how would you explain what type of game it is?
Yes.
Yeah,
It,
MVP, PvP, and
yeah, this is a collection game. It You collect characters, you increase their abilities and their stats and things of that nature, and then you can use different lineups of characters to go in and do certain things. You heard him mention PvP. There's also PvE. PvP stands for player versus player, and PvE stands for player versus environment. So you can see right now he's doing player versus environment, where he's facing the AI using his characters, and there's different types of missions and battles and things
yeah, and
that you
there are
can
some
do.
events, some
Events, yeah.
yeah, and mostly the new events are pay to play for the people of the XML office watching this. Pay to play, yeah, it's literally. This is a game made by Capital Games, and in case you didn't know about it yet, Capital Games is like a cash machine for the game world.
Oh yes, they make quite a bit. They are a
Yeah.
subsidiary of EA, Electronic Arts. I'm sure you've been familiar with them. They've made lots of games like FIFA, World Cup, Madden, things of that nature. They've gotten to the mobile market. Mobile games have become a huge, um, I guess the best way to put it is moneymaker. And Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, because of the title of just having Star Wars in this title and the type of game it is, they make quite a hefty little profit margin for this game.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that. Just because there are a lot of Star Wars fans, and yeah, I just there are also some people that you can't deny it. There are some people kind of rebelling against the pay to play. Like take Nev as example, like he has that 5 pillar tree and all.
Yeah, there is pushback. There's you can play a lot of these games what we call free to play, where you don't invest any kind of monetary. There's no monetary investment. You
Yeah, and
just play the
there are other
game.
content creators. They have also an alternative account that they are going. They have used that alternative account to go free to play. And
Yeah,
then like also, and they also do that a bit to show like how they like how can you climb up decently fast while being free to play too.
right. There are ways to do it.
Yeah, but it's just really hard. I haven't invested a single penny in this game. That's one because I have money I gotta spend for other things, and the other
Well,
is
yes.
and the other part is yeah I just like being free to play and getting pretty doing pretty good sometimes. But let's get
Yeah,
back to the rest right now. I'm going to put the game away. Here. I have to ask 10 questions to you. So, how long
sure.
are you actually? How long ago did you actually start with YouTube? And yeah,
So originally with YouTube, I've been doing YouTube for about 5 years. When I first started, it was just as a guest on other people's channels. There was a guy by the name of Merlin Dark Mage that I used to jump on his stream with, and he would stream, and we would have a good time. We'd talk about this game, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.
yeah,
Uh, and before that, I'd done some other stuff with some other games with some people, but I was always like just hanging out, right? I never thought about becoming a content creator or do anything. When Merlin Dark Mage decided he didn't want to do it anymore, he didn't want to stream, there wasn't a lot of content related to this game. I think there was like maybe one or two other people at the time that were doing something. So me and the guy that I started the channel with, Affinity, decided that we were going to create this channel and we would start with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and then eventually we would broaden out to other things. So we started with just the basic concept of what we wanted to do, and it took a lot of research. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of investing our time into learning how to stream. What do you need to stream? What works? What doesn't work? There was a lot of experimenting and trying, a lot of reading on like what's OBS, what's open broadcast software mean.
Yeah,
How do
I
you
was
set up your
totally like
mics?
that.
How do you set up your
I
video?
started I started recording with just a meeting program, and then I wanted to stream Grand Arena, and then I started. Oh, by the way, let's just show in the meantime what Grand Arena also is. Let's go into it again. I started to stream, first recorded Grand Arena and doing a replay, but then I wanted to stream it. Took OBS for that, and then by learning how to stream with it, yeah, Grand Arena, let's show it right here. Just a kind of PvP, you gotta take out each other's territory, and I see I'm still in a winning head, but I can't take out the driving team. But yeah, that's a bit off topic right now, but
It's okay. Well, there's two types of people that do YouTube. There's people that do live streaming, and the same thing with Twitch too. We have a Twitch channel that we do. We mainly live stream. There's other content creators that do videos. They make
Yeah,
a video, then they just post it on YouTube. So
yeah, and
there's
some
two
do
routes that you
it
can go
both.
with
Some
it.
do it when some do it if they can't do it live, they'll just simply do it, record it, and then post it, or and otherwise if they have the time they'll do it live. But most people, there are a lot of people like Earthatron, nothing mean against him. I don't have anything against him, but he has really fun live streams. But let's go on with the next question then. How many do you actually earn with money on a year average? How money on average do you earn on a year?
Well, I sent you the info that we've gotten. So
Here's I have
it's
the
hard to say.
diagram
They
standing up here.
Yeah, the channel analytics kind of give you an idea of like what we make, right? Just as a general sense. That's after the cuts and stuff, right? So there's a couple things you have to do, and this is dealing with the United States, but YouTube itself, you get money for ads, and I have ads that pop up on my channel, right? You get ads for view, or money for views, ads, things of that nature. The algorithm based off how many people view the ads or another stuff. It all adds up, right? The other way too that you make money off here is you get donations, and they're called super chats. And people, while you're watching live, can donate toward your channel, right? But the problem is with YouTube is they keep changing, they keep moving the goalposts, and they keep changing the rules, right? First of all, super chat or anything you make from anything you do, YouTube gets 30% of their cut, right? So they charge 30%. So if I say make $20 US on a super chat, take 30% off for that, and then that's what I get afterwards from that super chat.
Yeah,
so,
to be honest, I can find a bit in the part where YouTube takes a bit of the money because you're using their services, and like in real life, if you're using the services of someone else, you gotta like pay a bit of a fee, and then like it's the same if you're placing an ad on TV, you gotta pay that TV program to like advertise for you.
Yeah, so just the way it works. So you can see that the income that we've made just for the last 365 days shows up there. Now, what a lot of other YouTubers and myself included do is we set up other ways to make money from what we're doing. They set up Patreon accounts where people can donate through Patreon that maybe don't want to do YouTube. People will donate other ways. There's other services and stuff that you can do.
Yeah, like there's membership. I see memberships sometimes coming up on
memberships. Yeah. So in Twitches, it's kind of the same thing. They don't take as much. They partner. So you have to get to a certain level to make money for YouTube.
First yeah, if I'm correct, it's 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 hours watched in a month.
Right.
And then if you are in the partner program, that may be sometimes a little bit less, but you don't need to. If it takes too long, you get kicked out of it. If I'm correct.
Yeah. So there's lots of rules. They keep changing the rules, and we just have to keep adapting. I mean, YouTube's an ever-growing thing, so you just have to kind of be flexible and grow with the changes that they make. Recently, they had a new policy about spamming that we had to let our viewers know that you can't spam. A lot of people like to do fun stuff when we're streaming, like throw little emojis into the chat. Well, you can't spam those anymore because you can get in trouble. So, which I don't understand, but hey, that's YouTube. So it's just little things like that they change.
I would say like I would like say like that you can edit a setting in your live chat that you can like allow emoji spam, or that you can like get an auto moderator from moderation from YouTube, that you can like select yourself if you want emoji spam or not, if you would allow it.
Yeah, so it's just things like that. So it's ever evolving, it's ever changing. I mean, so the thing about income with YouTube, it takes. I mean, everybody thinks that you can go in and you'll make money from it. That's not the case, because nobody knows who you are. You have to build your channel, and you have to build the relationship with the people that are watching your channel, and you have to be able to market yourself and get people to want to subscribe to your channel. And more importantly, how long do they watch your content? That's even bigger than the amount of subs you have, is how long people are actually watching your videos, right? Yeah. Your live streams, and going back and watching.
Let's get to the next question then, because we have the diagram up here. That's a good question, because I see it sometimes here. Are there like times in the year where you earn way more or way less, or just earn more or less? Are there those times in the year?
Yeah, so certain times you hit an event or something that's really popular for, like, say, for this game, right? When there's a certain event that happens in the game, we'll get more views. The other thing too is, without even knowing why, you can get a video pulled and demonetized, right? Either through a copyright strike or something along those lines. There's lots of rules that comes to YouTube. So sometimes you can get hit and lose money and not even know it. You have to be constantly watching your videos and seeing to make sure that everything's kosher. Or if not, then it'll bite you in the butt. We actually had a period where we were like, why are we not getting anything? And then we went and looked. We had been copyrighted strike on something, and then we looked, and it was something dumb. So we fought it, and then we had to go back in, but it doesn't show in the stats that we went back and
now, I only got a few copyright claims, but I don't have ads on my channel, so it doesn't affect me yet.
Yeah, so it depends on your level and things of that nature. But the reason you see certain spikes is we do a lot of stuff and a lot of other games now. Some will generate more interest than others, especially in Galaxy Heroes when you have those big events, and you know what I'm talking about. Like they introduce a legendary character in the game, you're going to get a lot of more people viewing that. Or if a new event comes in, like a new form of one, PvP, like Grand Arena Championships, for example.
So it's more where the excitement lies, is the part where you earn the most money. And like more of the old news or the old stuff, that's where you earn less and all.
Right.
So like maybe at the part where Grand Arena Championships begun, or just the normal Grand Arena, then you might have earned, then you could earn more. But some people are against Grand Arena now because of the bracket stuff and such. And now you are earning less with Grand Arena streams than you did in the beginning, I guess.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, and that's another question right now, because I see it right here. There's one big part where you earn pretty much, and then what part was it actually?
I have to go back and look and see what that was for that stream and in that time period.
Let's see, I can make it a
July 2019 of this year. I'm not sure what was going on in July, what event was happening.
Maybe
I'd have to go
was
back.
it July? It was 3-4 months ago, 5 months.
So something spiked there. You can see recently, as we get the closer dates, that other spike here at the end.
Oh well, maybe it were some reworks or something, or maybe a new event. Oh, was it maybe? Was that the time?
Dark Side Geonosis territory battles would have been the event for that came
I think it started around there.
So that could be what that was. I'd have to go back and look specifically, but I know that the last one, that last spike you see on the graph, was General Anakin Skywalker.
Oh yeah, there was. But we all know. Yeah, everyone who plays the game now knows that he is useless at 5 stars.
Yes.
Malek wasn't useless, but they teach the axiom of is they don't know what we're talking about actually right now. But let's get
Just events for the game, new characters introduced.
yeah, and some are
That's what
shit
that
and some
means.
are yeah, some are shit and some are good at 5 stars, and yeah, some are just totally useless.
Yes.
All right, and then next one, with what part do you actually earn the most? Like with streams, with I don't know if you do Patreons, or with like maybe merchandise or members.
Yeah, we do have merchandising. It's about even right now with us with what we make from YouTube and what we make from Patreon. They're roughly about the same. Um, that's why you want to supplement it, because YouTube takes a while to get going, and you make the most. Now, YouTube is not in favor of streaming as much as it is short videos. You've seen the change of them supporting short videos. However, for us, we generate a lot of income and stuff based off the amount of length of time that our streams are, and people will go back and we can look at the view counts on those and see the time that people watch. That's important too.
Yeah,
So you can either
sometimes
go
people
two
are asleep when
ways.
you're live and such. That you also gotta watch a bit like at the part. If other people awake, is it a good time?
Yeah, because we have fans from all over the world. So
Yeah, I have fans.
you,
People who are watching mine are probably from like the other part of the world. My time zone just slowly said it sucks compared to most of the other content creators.
yeah, so it just depends. You just have to know who's watching and when. But I look at like what's the length of time that people are actually watching our videos. So typically for our 2 hour streams, our average, because you have some people that just come in for a few minutes, and we have some that do watch the whole thing,
Yeah, and
right?
some watch
And
only the end, and
if
some
you're
only the
getting
beginning.
about an hour on the average, then you're doing well, because it takes the average of everything. It doesn't care if someone, it averages it out. But if you're getting to that hour mark or close to it, then you know that people are really watching you. If it's closer toward the 2 minute mark, then you know that people are checking the video and be like, I'm not interested. And so that gives you a little bit of an indication. You can look up the average length of time with the outliers, like what your average is, and that generates interest. Interest generates in the algorithm them pimping your stuff more and promoting it more, so you get more people viewing, and it just gets your content out there. It does recommendations for your streams and content to other people.
And what also that all streamers are doing it now. They are all for streams. They announce it that there will be like a countdown. I can show that it's really quick here.
Yeah.
And then you see like a countdown of 5 minutes, and then people can see, oh, in 5 minutes it's going to start, and then they know they are like, oh, when will it start, and then it's more clear. But then now going to the next question. Since how long are you? I know you said you're doing YouTube for 3 years, but since how long ago are you earning money with it?
We didn't earn money for the first year, really.
Yeah,
It took a while to get to the 1,000 subs. We had lots of people watching, but that didn't translate to anything, because if you didn't hit the certain criteria that they need, they could be watching hundreds of hours of your content. But if you don't have that sub mark which they want, they're not going to generate any income.
yeah, and
That
some
comes
you
from
gotta be a bit
once.
creative also, because if you're just copying other YouTubers, people might also comment that, like, oh, this is a copy of that. If you're creative and just do it a totally different way, yeah,
Yeah, you have to find your niche, right? So for us, it's our live stream, it's our live Q&A, it's our interaction with the community. That's what we're known for. So we don't put out a lot of videos. We leave that to everybody else. That's not our shtick. Our shtick is streaming a lot, live interaction with the fans, who our fans really love that. And even people that are not even subbed, I know that they just don't sub. I don't know if they just don't believe in it, but I see them in there all the time watching the content. So, but yeah, you just have to find your niche, your stick, your kind of creative outsource. And you have to understand that YouTube is, until it gets really big, you're not going to make any income from it. So you should do YouTube. The way I look at it is, if you treat it like a business, but it's something that you're passionate about, you'll be successful. If
yeah.
you're
You
doing
also
it
gotta
just
enjoy
to
it a
make
bit.
money, then you're gonna be content. I mean, you see people quit all the time. They think they can, oh, I'll just jump into YouTube and I'll make videos, like it, and you have no idea.
Yeah, you just gotta enjoy it a bit. That's the next question.
Mm.
What do you enjoy the most about YouTubing?
The interaction that we do,
With the community
the
and such?
with the community. Yeah, I mean, we're very involved with our community. We have a Discord, which is a channel where we can come into Discord, talk with our fans. I have people messaging me all the time in Discord and interacting with
Yeah,
them.
speaking
We're
about
live
interacting on
streaming.
Discord, the last message I saw you posting in your Discord was like more than a month ago.
What, in my Discord?
Yeah, in the RFG Discord.
Well, no, I don't really write a lot in Discord. That's Finn. He's the one that like types in the chat. But I'm in the voice, so
right.
I would just so I do more of the voice stuff. But private message wise, I get people all the time because as many Discords as I'm in, I let Finn do that because that's his stick, right? That's his lane. And for me, it's interacting in Discord privately with people because when I wake up in the morning, grab some coffee, open up Discord, it's like just messages out the yin yang, and I take the time to respond to every person, right?
Well, I see all those things too, but it's for me just purely because of the fact that I'm in more than 90 Discord servers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a buttload too, and but I usually jump in the voice. Finn does the same thing, but I'm always live streaming too, so I'm always more live streaming and interacting with the fans that way. So yeah, so it's just with how you use it. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, I've met a lot of great people there. It's a great community of folks. Really, we have fun, and that's the whole purpose of our channel is to be gamers.
If you're doing something and are not enjoying it, yeah. If you're only doing it for the money, yeah. Your fans can see it if you're only doing it for the money and are not enjoying it. That can be noticed. But yeah, let's get to the next question. That's also a money question again. But yeah, that's the topic where this project is about. How much is the most you earned in a month, actually?
From YouTube, I think the highest we've ever gotten, top of my head, I want to say we had that one explosive month where we had like $1,100 we made off YouTube. That's rough estimate. Typically it's a lot lower, but we had a spike, so it can happen. And I do know of other YouTubers.
Probably a spike you see there in July.
Yeah, but then it dropped down. I mean, it dropped. So, I mean, it's not a lot, but it's enough that we can go back and we use a lot of the money to, one, sustain the operations of what we're doing, right? Because you have to have internet, you've got to have electricity, you've got to have the software, all this stuff, right? We usually take all the money and put it back into the stream.
And you're an adult, I'm way younger, and the thing with me is like, I gotta get everything. I don't have everything you see here. I don't have access to that yet, and the thing is, yeah, I'm young, I gotta get everything free, and I'm doing fine with that.
Yeah, if you take what you get and invest, and we now have a better setup, more screens, we've got a stream deck, microphones, it's a lot. So
yeah, but I'm living with my parents, so they won't allow me to buy anything I want.
But eventually, if you keep at it and if it's successful, you never know with any business venture how successful it is. Even if you put in 100,000%, but if you invest back in the channel and you're doing something passionate about, you take it one step at a time, and that's kind of how we've been. To where we're not even doing now, where we're doing so well, we're doing charity. So we're raising money for charity. Yeah,
and now I got the opposite question for you. How much is the most less you earned in a month?
Well, when we first started, we would make like $50, you know.
Yeah, you need to get a bit more popular, and then how more popular you are, how more you'll raise.
Yeah, so back in the early days when we first 1,000 subs and we were starting to make some money, it was nothing. It was like $50, you know, $90. You know, you would get that, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, so sometimes people are interested in something new. And yeah, sometimes people are like, oh, this is new, it's actually pretty fun and interesting. But then people are thinking like, yeah, it's becoming a bit of old and it's not fun anymore.
It's hard work. You have to put a lot of work. I mean,
Yeah.
but you have to enjoy the hard work, right? If you're not enjoying the work you're putting in, then you're going to be pretty miserable, especially if you're not hitting, it's not moving fast enough for you. And I see this happen to people all the time. There's been a lot of people that have tried to do Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and great content, and they come in, and I think their stuff is fantastic, and we'll promote them, but it doesn't work out the way they thought, and so they'll quit.
Yeah, well, you need to hold on a bit. I thought in the beginning, well, that it was hard, but I first started with someone else that didn't work out because, yeah, he didn't have a lot of time. Then I started a second channel, the channel I am using now, like it's here standing on my head. Hey, and then yeah, I started that with someone else, but he got busy in real life and such, so he hopped in one time after that. But yeah, I had to rely a bit on myself too, because yeah, but it kind of inspired me and gave me the passion to learn a lot more myself. By like now, I've learned how to edit videos and all. The only thing I now need to learn is graphics and such.
Yeah, I know. When you think you've learned as much as you need to, you realize you haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, it's so much stuff, and every time we expand to do something, we are learning more about the process, which is good. I like to learn. But it takes, again, a lot of research and time and figuring things out. And when something doesn't work, you have to sit there and Google, okay, this is the problem, what have I got? And then read and watch videos and see what's working and why it's not working. So
yeah, and also people are hesitating a bit with is that they are sometimes too afraid to ask more experienced people for help.
Yeah, see, that doesn't apply to us because I'm not afraid to ask anybody anything.
No, I'm not either. I'm just, if I see someone, yeah, sometimes really big YouTubers, you go into the Discord and they have their DMs from members turned off. But some are like, yeah, as example, if you come to me, yeah, most people are going to someone else, but you should not be afraid to ask for help. That's not only on YouTube, but also, as example, on school, like. If you're not good at, if you're bad at something, do not hesitate to ask someone to help you.
Well, I've always lived by the philosophy: there's no such thing as a stupid question, except the one you don't ask.
Yeah, well.
Then then you're defeating the purpose. I mean, you shouldn't be afraid to ask. I've never been afraid to ask, and I'm always looking for good, constructive feedback. Right? I don't like anybody that's like a tool bag, is what we call them here in the.
Yeah, I'm just
like to.
If I need help with something, like Doc comes, my Doc is my old YouTube partner. He comes on Discord sometimes. And then he reads my DM, and then he can sometimes fastly explain how he did something. And sometimes we can plan beforehand if we can have a voice chat, and then he can learn me something. Just yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that with me and Finn. Like I typically will look up something and try. Sometimes you get stuck, and I'm like, I've got it to this point, Finn, but I just need a second pair of eyes on this. What do you think? And so it's good to have so far.
Yeah, it's just help is always help is not a bad thing. Not a
sign of weakness.
No, it's just a sign that you want to learn more.
That's right.
Yeah, and sometimes not asking help means you're a smartass, or it's just that you're afraid. Well, then we're going to question 10. Do you also have some other games you're making videos of, or maybe on another channel?
Oh yes, we do a lot. So we started with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes to expand. We have. So I do Battlefront 2 on the Xbox. Through what we did, I was able to get an Xbox and expand it to Battlefront. We made that investment. I do Naruto on the Xbox. We've also expanded into PC games. Borderlands 3, Diablo, we've done that on our Twitch channel. I'm even doing a Star Wars Dungeons and Dragons game that people really like on Twitch.
Oh, is that the Dragon Champions game?
We haven't done the Grand Champions. We're just doing Dungeons and Dragons, so the book game. So I've actually started a Star Wars campaign. We were doing regular Dungeons and Dragons, but we do that on Twitch. So a bunch of us get together. I'm the Dungeon Master. We play that game. But there's lots of different stuff. And on top of that, I mentioned the charity. We are raising money for the American Cancer Society. And through what we've been doing, we've become partnered with the American Cancer Society to fight the fight on cancer. And we are actually one of the first gamers for cancer. a group of gamers that do games and help raise money for the American Cancer Society
Yeah,
for research.
I really appreciate people who are like not only YouTubing for their own money, but also like for giving donations to like helping others. And that's an example what you said, to help against cancer, and or example in poor countries that you can get money.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick whatever you want to fight the fight against. First one we ever did was for the uh, American American suicide prevention.
That's for those people who have suicide
for
thoughts.
suicide. Yeah, it's a big deal, and it's something that's prevalent in our game community. So we started off with that. Then we wanted to change it up, and we partnered with ACS, and they've been fantastic. And we recently even went to the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, the hospital, the pediatric ward is, and we hung out with the kids. The kids that are sick and have cancer. And I dressed up as a Star Wars character, and we played Battlefront with the kids, brought them toys, and just to make them smile.
They would like more enjoy their lives and don't want to.
We live streamed it. That was a lot of extra work, meetings.
But, yeah, it's for the good part. It's only for the good.
Say that again.
It's only for the good what you're doing, and that's something I really appreciate. That's something I like.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work. So you have to, like I said, it's worth the effort, right? It's a lot of effort.
Hard work pays off mostly.
Yeah, so that's December 7th of this year. We'll have a 24-hour stream. We'll all stream with Finn. We'll do lots of different games and have guests.
When do you have that?
Race month. December 7th. We're going to have our big stream to raise the rest of the money that we're shooting to raise $17,500 in total. Right now, I think we're at $6,900 that we've raised so far through our efforts. So another $11,000 roughly to raise, and we're going to shoot to get that on December the 7th. And yeah, so. But that's just one thing you can do. These are the options that you can do with YouTube and other things with becoming a streamer and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just something really. But you're just going to do a 24-hour live stream, no sleep at all, or something?
Oh yeah, I'm a Ranger, dude. I'm just staying up for 3 days, man. Get out of here.
Well, if you're still getting sleepy, I got it from TV. I don't know if you've ever seen iCarly.
I know what that is. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, it's something that's a live web show. And today there was an episode today in World Record that there was 23 hours and 59 minutes, so world record for the longest live web show. But what I would recommend, get a bucket of water, a big bucket, put ice blocks in it, make it ice cold, and then if you're getting sleepy, just go put your head in that and you're awake.
I'll just have someone. I'll have my wife come sleep.
She just gives you a slap in the face and then you're awake.
Yeah, I just like wake up. Oh, I'm back, folks.
Well, yeah, it's something my dad did a while ago.
I've been trained to do stuff like that. I'm a mess afterwards. I don't care who you are, but doing stuff like that, we've done streams like that before where we've gone that period of time. So it won't be really anything for me to do that.
Yeah, well, I would say one thing. My dad once did that water trick by me. He just threw a whole bucket of water in my face because I didn't want to get out of bed.
Yeah, no one's throwing buckets around here. Too much electrical stuff, and I am not dying for a cause. I mean, I'll get up and go to the bathroom, and you can throw cold water on me. But if you throw cold water on me here, we're gonna fight because you're gonna destroy.
But I can't believe you are used to staying up a bit longer because you were in the military. You said, right?
Yes, for 10.5 years.
Ooh, wait, how old are you now then?
I am about to be 45, dude.
Oh, I believe you were younger.
Everybody says that. I've got one of those faces. When I tell people my age, they go, "Really?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I always experience, if I'm talking with people on Discord, I'm chatting with them, then I am like, oh yeah, they are at my age. But then people think of me that I'm older, and I think of other people that they are younger. But like every content creator for this game is an adult. I'm only 17, and I can't think of anyone who is younger than me who is also a content creator.
The only everybody's younger than me guys in this game, but I know Ian, who's just another content creator, I think he's early 20s. He's the youngest one that I know of.
Well, now you know me, I'm 17.
In between. Yeah, so the range, I've always said that age is just a number, but it's your maturity level right? And how you present yourself, how you
Yeah,
act.
nothing rude against him, but take Arnold as example. He is pretty old, but his maturity level is sometimes pretty low.
But that's an act too. So one of the things too is like when we talk about your shtick, right? There's a certain persona that you play, right? I play a
Yeah,
character when I'm streaming.
yeah, and
You know,
sometimes it's fun
my
to
real
like.
name is not Rangerj1999. It's Josh, right? When I'm Josh, I'm Josh. When I'm on stream, I'm with Finn. Like there's certain personas and characteristics that we put towards one another for entertainment purposes, right? I think Arnold does that. Mobile Gamer does. Everybody does it to some degree, right? It's not how you would normally act in a situation. Some people do. I mean, we can be real. Like some people do that, right? That who you see on screen is who they really are.
Yeah,
But
it's just
a
an act
lot of
to
them
get
don't.
people to enjoy it. I'm
Yes,
like
yes.
changing myself sometimes too. Last video, I was like, starting the stream, I was like, and then like, I'm falling asleep. There's no content coming, and then I was like freaking out from, is there a map? Wake me up when there's content and all.
Yeah, it's just how you want to play. I mean, it's a part of who you are as a person when you're streaming, but it's you know, you just have to have fun with it. I mean, I enjoy too. I do a lot of voices.
Yeah, streaming
We
is
do a lot of
actually a bit
jokes.
of it's a bit the same as acting.
In a sense, yes. You know,
Yeah.
you have to be a sociable person first of all to do YouTube. You have to have an ability to communicate and to reach an emotional and personal level with your fans,
Yeah, the part of if
good
you
or
can
bad.
communicate, that's annoying because then you sometimes might get comments on your videos, and then it might
I
hit you a bit. It might hit you a bit like in a way of that it will hit your feelings a bit if they are saying something rude in
You
comments.
gotta have thick skin. Like for me, my viewpoint is if you're gonna write something negative, as long as it's constructive, I'll actually read it and take it in stride. But if you just come in and make a comment like "you suck," "you're awful," "I hope you die," my response, and I usually don't respond, but I have in the past, like, why?
Yeah, I would
Like you
say
can say
there's also
anything
an
other than
option of
just put me
like,
down.
yeah,
You
there on
know?
YouTube there's an option on hiding people from your channel. If
Yeah,
they're,
I don't usually do that.
yeah, but if they are like spamming stuff the whole time, like you suck, you're bad, and that would be for a reason for me
I
to
really don't
hide
care.
them, just purely
Yeah.
because they are spreading toxicness from the around the channel, and that's something that keeps other and maybe some people
I'll
on the younger age
Yeah,
away
I'll
too.
watch it and see if it does anything. If it gets too out of hand, then I'll just delete it. But most of like I had a guy the other day is like, you guys just sit around and complain all the time, and I was like, do you just sit around and complain about other people complaining? I mean, there's ways you can go around it, but
Yeah,
I really don't care. I mean, if you have something constructive to say, good or bad to me, then I'll listen, and I'm always open to changing my mind on things, only if it's constructive. Right?
yeah,
Constructive conflict is a good thing, but you got to have thick skin because there's going to be people that intentionally on YouTube, we call them trolls, and
yeah.
anywhere, Twitch, troll, Twitter. I mean, they want a reaction
Yeah,
because
that's also
most
that's like
times,
bullying on school. People aren't bullying you
right,
because they like it; they only like the reaction you're giving.
right, they some it's a self-esteem thing, and I just ignore it. It's like I don't know you, I don't care what you think. You know, honestly, I do what I do for the people that enjoy it and people that I respect. And if I respect you and you say something to me, I'll listen to that more than some random person that comes on and says something just outrageous. And you're just like, okay, you just want attention.
Yeah,
You're
if people are
miserable,
saying
and I
something
just don't have time.
negative, at least they gotta say why they are negative and how you can like, how you
Right.
can fix it and how you can do it better next
I will
time.
actually interact with those people. Like, I didn't like this because, and then they list out their things. I may not necessarily agree, but I'll interact with that
And
person
then
other
you
than the
might
other.
comment like, yeah, I'll watch it, watch out for that the next time. And sometimes you are
Sure.
like, yeah, maybe you're right, but I don't see it happening anytime in that ways.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the nature of being on YouTube. I mean, the really high end YouTubers it's changed. I actually wrote a paper about this. YouTube and streaming services and these channels are changing the way consumers consume
You just gotta
things.
accept what the community and the public tells you. Sometimes you might not like it and you will ignore it because if you give a comment to what those other people say,
Right.
you might only make it worse.
Yeah, just take it with a grain of salt, and just self-reflect. I mean, if it makes sense, someone's saying something negative, but it's actually something that like, hey, you were really mean, and you go back and you watch, like, yeah, I was kind of a douche.
Yeah, there's one song that's in the Netherlands, but you can also say it in the. There's one YouTuber, she got a lot of hate comments, but that's mostly because those people are like, they are afraid or they are jealous. There's one good quote of it: "Don't be tiger if you're a pussy."
I mean, it's a great way to put it. I mean, I guess have thick skin. Don't take things personally.
No.
You don't know these people. Just do what
They
you
don't
do.
know you either.
Yeah, they don't know you from a hole in the ground. So, just do what you do what you love, do the best you can, take everything with a grain of salt, and enjoy what you do, and just keep doing it. You got to stick with it. Hard work and perseverance always pays off. It's done so for us. I would love to see us grow. It takes time. It takes time and effort and commitment, and you just stay in your lane and do what you do, and you'll find those people that like you, and you grow from there. It's simple science.
Yeah, I can't deny anything of that. But anyways, I think we are done for now. Otherwise, the people at the XM office are like, wait, from when is this going to end? And then
I know.
Yeah, I have a few things to say to the XM office. I hope you liked the video. I hope this interview went good, and also to those people, feel free to leave a like, and maybe if you like watching YouTube videos, also subscribe, I guess.
Always important.
Yeah, and I'll also put your channel in the description in case they want to see it. And do you have any last words?
Not really. Just find the people you enjoy. If you like YouTube and you like content creation, find the ones and the stuff content that you're interested in, whether it's history or reaction videos or gaming. There's all kinds of great stuff out there. Find the people that you like, and don't. This is a big thing. Don't just find people you like because it enforces your beliefs. I always look for stuff that challenges me in thinking outside of the box. That's really the stuff that's entertainment to me.
Yeah, and that's what is going on YouTube sometimes. That also, you also got to think in a way of real life for that, so that will always help with that. I've had a lot of in real life problems with rage. I had many problems that I was raging fastly, but now because I got that, I thought, yeah, maybe people will be rude to me social media, I can ignore that, and then if you ignore people, they don't enjoy bullying you anymore.
Yeah.
Because you don't give a reaction. Anyways, we're done for now. Yeah, and also I'm probably going to make this video public so people can see a bit how this went, and maybe you can rate a bit how you think this part, how you think the teachers will rate it. So yeah, if you're watching it, also leave a like, comment down below what you think. Subscribe, turn notifications on. But for now, we are done, and peace out.
Have a good one.
Let the Wookiee win.